We found a screwdriver and drugs. See, a screwdriver? Now we found a lighter. That is nothing. In my unit in Atlanta, they found 6 shanks just in my unit. Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here, and for another edition of me doing gaming. You know, a lot of people ask me to do games, and they asked me to do Prison Architect, so that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Before I get started, just check out Patreon, our membership program. Check out YouTube, our membership program. And please check out Larry Lawton's Action Crew, where we're making a difference. We're helping people who either been wronged by the criminal justice system or the prison system. I also want to thank Paradox for sponsoring this video. Thank you very much, Paradox. Let me get into this game. I'm going to be playing Prison Architect. The game is about where you build your own prison, right from soup to nuts, and you become the warden, you build the foundations, you put in the piping, you actually handle riots, you handle a whole bunch of stuff in this game, and I'm gonna get right into it. I pre-built a little bit of the prison, and I just wanna get here and let you know how it runs. First of all, as you can see, you can do a whole bunch of stuff in this prison. I can pull up my reports. I'm filled to capacity, filled to 60 inmates. And right now, I fill capacity, so you hit that button and then you can start getting inmates in here. And it'll even tell you when the intake is, a list of categories and stuff of that nature. This whole entire intake, it's gonna tell me who my staff is. I have a 60 people staff. Your prisoners, they tell you how many prisons. I got 37 medium security, 12 minimum security, 10 maximum security inmates. That really wouldn't happen. You'd either have a whole prison of medium, a whole prison of maximum, or a whole prison of minimum security. So it really doesn't work that way, but for playing the game, it does work that way. So this is gonna be fun. So this is a pretty interesting game. I'm telling you, it's bringing back a lot of memories. Let me tell you the first memory right here. As you can see, there's a road on this prison. I know it's island bound, but there's really no prisons on an island. The only one I can remember is Alcatraz, and that was closed in, I think, early 1950s maybe. Something like that, or the 50s, I think it was. I know it came about in, I think, 1934. And obviously Alcatraz is no more, and there really aren't any prisons on an island. One, because of the logistics. You wouldn't have a ferry. Look at this. We have a ferry here. We wouldn't have a ferry in a prison. All of these points are vulnerable points to get to be escaped. But this is the game, so I'm gonna get into it. What really brought back some memories here, right off the bat, is the intake. When you have intake, and I'm gonna speed stuff up here so we have people running around and stuff like that. But you know, that brought back a lot of memories for me. You know, and listen, when you go to a new prison, you get the feeling, you get the chills, you don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, this kind of had it. Look at all of this. I want to show you how the prison is. Right here it is, look, this is prisoners. See, a prisoner coming into the prison. And all of these people here. Right over here, I'm showing you guys, this is the staff dining room. Look at this. There's where the guards go, the guards work, stuff of that nature. And you get to watch them, you get to follow the people around this whole prison. This is pretty wild, to be honest. You got your power plants up here. Here you got a canine unit. I've never seen a canine unit in any prison, but since they give it to you, I built it. So why not? You know, I can do anything I want. It's my prison. That's what makes this game fun. Look at this. This is the infirmary. And I've never seen an infirmary with a morgue. And look how many people I got dead already. That goes to show you, and they even tell you who's dead. Goes to show you how slow I am at the game. And I'm learning it, but that's cool. I mean, I enjoyed it. Each area has, look at this, it's got its own power plant right here. And going deeper, which I'm loving. Look at all the men. I'm gonna slow it down. You can actually slow the clock down. And it's at lockup right now because it's 5:30. And now look, the prison slows down and you can follow the inmates, people going to the showers, doing whatever you want them to do. And now, look at the people in the cells. Look at these guys. They're actually people, and you can name them. You can get to know who the prisoners are. And I'll tell you what, that brings me back to me. The warden at a prison I was in, La Manna. He knew who Larry Lawton was. He didn't like Larry Lawton, but he knew who Larry Lawton was. I was a headache to this warden, and sadly, it hurt me because I was strapped down naked, beaten, and tortured in prison. For me to be able to play this game, I think it's pretty amazing. And I'll tell you what, I'm really enjoying this game just because there's so much here, there's so much to do, and I'm gonna get into it. And it kind of like they throw things at you. Somebody escapes, what are you gonna do? They have tunnel searches, which really I didn't see much of that, tunneling out of prison. Although when I was in Atlanta, you could tunnel out of that prison because it was an old prison built in 1903. So this prison I built, so it's not built in 1903. So let me just give you a little bit of rundown of the prison before I have some lockdowns and shakedowns and stuff like that. I think it'll be pretty exciting. So anyway, look at the way the cells are built, everybody. I want you to look at this. Each cell, they show you what it has. It has the toilets, the sink, and a bed. Obviously, these are all single cells. I didn't have a single cell. There were 2 men to a cell, but I'll take it. And being I built this prison, guess what makes it nice? I can be more compassionate. I'll show you what I mean right now. Okay, as you can see, look, this is Thomas, my inmate Thomas. He's going to sleep. Look at this. Here's another one. Another guy going to sleep. Langdon. Now, look at the yard. I want to show you the yard. Look at the punching bag. Look at the weight benches. Think about what that is. Here it is 7:45, and they're running through the prison with the guards. Isn't that pretty cool? They had the dogs. I did see dogs come into a prison, but I never knew or even knew if they were actually assigned to that prison. I doubt it. It's usually come from a special unit that may be outside the prison. Now, look what happened. Uh-oh. Here it is, 8 o'clock. Everybody's heading somewhere. Where are they heading? So the yard is locked down. Doors are right here. Look at them. Doors are open. Doors are closed. But anyway, here's the showers. Look what I did here for this prison. You see the phones? Do you see how many phones are here? Think of that. I put that many phones because I watched a man get killed on a phone. I watched a man not give up the phone for another call during a holiday. Here it was Christmas time, and a guy was making a phone call home, and he's supposed to give up the phone after his first call of 15 minutes. He hung up the phone, picked it up. Another guy looked at him like, what are you doing? He left the line. I was there. He went back to his cell, got a shank, and stabbed that guy. So what does that make me do in this game? I'll tell you what it makes me do. It makes me put a lot of phones in there because I do have compassion. Look at the phones. I got them on both sides of the wall. And even that, I got them in both cell blocks. See, I have 2 cell blocks here, and they have 2 separate yards. And I'll tell you why they do that. And they do that in some prisons. A lot of prisons, the yard is off to the side, but here they do it so secure. It makes the walls in the prison a natural barrier around that yard. In that regard, I think it's pretty good. And that's why it's built that way, because it makes it easier for me to control as a new guy. So let me speed things up a little bit, but let me just go over the prison a little bit more. Look over here, you got that, like I said, you got the infirmary. And in the infirmary, there's 4 dead already, so go figure that. But there's people here. There are people getting medical care and stuff of that nature. Now, everybody's down in the chow hall. So look at this. People are getting their trays. People are going out. Look, now they're leaving. They're all leaving. And where are they going? They're going back to their units. So, here's the guards. Guards are checking everybody out. Guards are in the perimeter. Guards are in the visitation, because I put guards there. I put guards all over this place because, look, I wanted people to patrol places. Here's why. When I was in prison, although I never would escape, it always crosses everybody's mind. It's just the way it is. We used to have helicopter wire across the yard. Obviously, it couldn't do that here because of the units. But we had helicopter wire, which meant it was wire crisscrossed across the yard, so a helicopter can't land. I used to always say, but why can't they just drop a rope down that helicopter, pick up the inmate and go? And that's the way you think when you're in prison. But let me keep going. So here is the laundry and stuff of that nature, and I have a garden there. Here is people cleaning up. Look, the cooks are cleaning up. They're picking up the trays and all of that, and the kitchen is closed. And look, he's actually cleaning up the mess. That wouldn't happen. You drop your own tray. So anyway, let me keep going here. This goes through metal detectors. You see, remember I told you guys in previous videos, they have metal detectors. And the metal detectors in this game make it real because, trust me, you gotta go through metal detectors. That's why you know about suitcasing in this game. And why you knew it with me, and because you have to suitcase something. If you have to hide a knife somewhere to get through a metal detector, that's what you gotta do. But let's keep it going. I'm gonna speed up the clock. As you can see the clock up here, I'm gonna move it faster. Now, although people are in their cells, I wanna show you what happens when I speed it up really fast. You notice people are sleeping. Look at the snoozing. Isn't that pretty wild? I think that's so cool. I mean, you see people snoozing. I mean, I think that's cool. But here they are. You still got guards roaming. I put those guards there because I know what happens when somebody gets up at night and if they can get out. If you're in a minimum security prison, you can actually roam around a little bit. Not in a medium or not in a maximum security. Forget that. You're locked in your cell. But we got people here locked in right now. And look at them. They're all snoozing. And this is so funny because I got $1,333,000 in cash. That's how much money the prison has right now, which to me is cool. But here's what I would do if I was in the prison. And, you know, understanding the game and how it works and everything else is pretty cool. Prison Architect did this right. Watch what I'm going to do. You see these buttons on the bottom? These blue buttons are how you build the prison. All of this is the building of the prison, which is pretty cool. And the flooring and the rooms and the objects and the staff and the utilities and the deployment, logistics, which is assigning prisons to work around the place. You can do all of that in this game. But look what else I can do in this game. Look at all the activity now. Here it is 7 in the morning. Let me slow it down a little bit because a lot's going on. Now, but what's the warden gonna do when this happens? Watch what I do. The first thing I do as Warden Larry, which is pretty cool. How about Warden Lawton? You know, we know what LaManna did to me. I'm not gonna be like that. But I also don't want anybody else to get killed and stuff of that nature. So what am I gonna do? I'm calling a lockdown. So I hit this button, I go all secure, boom. Now it's lockdown. Look what happened. All of these cells are locked. You seeing that? All of these cells are locked. It's called a lockdown. See? Everything is locked down. See what's happening? They all have to go back to their cell. Did you see everybody scurry? Now look, you don't see anybody. He's going back to his cell. Look. Boom. Got stopped right here. He's got to get through. Can't do it. A guard is with him, the janitor. But look at this. No more inmates roaming around. You know why? Because we're on lockdown. So what do you do when you're on lockdown? Watch this. You take it off lockdown, stop all, and people go around. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lock it back down to show you something. Let's lock her down. Boom, boom. Everybody gets back in their cell. Now watch what I do. Here's Shakedown. I hit the Shakedown button. I put all sectors. Bam. Look at this number that comes up here. Shakedown, searching 6 out of 290 places. That means there's 290 sections that they're gonna search. My guards are gonna search. Man, is this cool? And I'll tell you why. This brings back a couple of memories. You know, I'm gonna put it on pause for a second. When I was in prison and the Shakedown happened, you know, not only is it inconvenience, but they mess with you. What does the guards do? They take your stuff. They take your legal work. Sometimes they lose it. They take some of your things. If maybe you were a painter and you had a painting in your cell, they'd destroy it. I did legal work for other people too. They would take that legal work and say it was contraband. It wasn't. Who am I gonna fight? They would take certain items. I used to have pens and a pencil and a writing implement. They would take those implements just to mess with me. I'm telling you, Shakedowns really made you, I guess they call them Shakedown to get everything out, but they really make you shake. Because when you hear lockdown, lockdown, that's the first thing you hear. Lockdown, everybody gets locked down. That's what I lock down. Then it's shakedown. And the shakedown crews come to every single cell. In this game, 290 places. So every one of these cells are being shaken down. Every one of the areas are being shaken down. Now, let me show you what I mean. Let me put the speed up. Now, let's get moving. See my clock moving pretty fast. Look at the shakedown. I'm gonna hit it, shake down. I'm gonna shake down all. Here goes the shakedown. Look at it. Everybody's getting shaken down. You see what these are? These are little, let me show you these. These are little mirrors. These are little search tools that's showing that they're being searched. All of those, there's 290 of them around here, and they're all being shaken down. People are being shaken down. Everywhere you look, it's a shakedown. So shakedown underway, 7 out of 290 places are being shaken down. So let's take it off lockdown. Stop all, shakedown. I'm gonna stop the shakedown, so nothing's going on now. But you know what you can do? It's so cool. Just do it again. Shake down, shake it all. Now, look at it. I'm literally shaking down 288 places. And why does it change? It changed because if somebody's out of their cell at that time, that's another place they gotta search. Look what we just found. Did you see that pop up? So far we found a screwdriver and drugs. You see this? Drugs. We found a screwdriver and drugs. See a screwdriver? Now we found a lighter. That is nothing. You know what they're gonna find in Shakedown? In my unit in Atlanta, they found 6 shanks just in my unit. One time they went through the whole unit and they found 25 shanks. 25 shanks. These are items that can kill you. Obviously, a screwdriver is considered a shank in prison, and they call them a poker. They can actually kill you. But look at the activity I got it. See these furries? We wouldn't have those. They're points of vulnerability, so I'm not even gonna get into them. I'm getting into this game because I'm liking the game, and I think it's pretty cool. And look at that. So far, 229 items, 30 items are searched, and so far, look what I found. A cell phone. Let me tell you how important a cell phone is in prison. If you get caught with a cell phone in prison, it's an escape charge. Hear what I just said? It's an escape charge. And you literally can get 5 years in prison for that charge. So, I mean, it's crazy. The other stuff, listen, I used to have shanks in prison, and they were hidden everywhere. I put one shank in my coffee creamer container. I put another shank under a pipe. Outside my cell, there was pipes, and I put it on that so nobody can see me there. I see it there, and if I walked out of my cell, I can grab my shank and be ready for a fight. But look what so far, now look what we found. Shears. If we found shears in a real prison, this place would never come out of lockdown. Let me tell you that. So far, we're almost done with the search. And what do we found 5 cell phones. Did you see what I just said? 5 cell phones. So anyway, you can do your lockdown. Now you're done with your lockdown. You're done with your shakedown. But hey, let's do this. Let's hit a tunnel search. So when you hit on the tunnel search, tunnel search underway. They're looking for 61 places where a tunnel can happen. But let's not get into the tunnel. You know, I'm gonna cancel that search because I don't believe anybody's gonna leave me on this prison. How's that? So I'm canceling that search, stop all, and I'm just looking at all of this. The common ed. Look at the staff room with the guards. Look how nice they have it. But you remember me? Remember I told you about phones? Look at this common room. I made the common room with phones. That's just the way I am, everybody. Let me keep going here. I'm just so amazed at this game. It's so, it has so much it's really realistic. What I mean is not by the men and not by how they look, but by you have to think. Prison Architect, what I found out after playing this game for a few weeks, it's a thinking man's game. I want you to make a prison. I want you to play along, and I want to see how your prison stacks up against the prison I made. That's what I want to see. Let me keep going here. Look at this. Look at the people in the cells. I can tell the common room. People are just hanging out. Now, of course, the orderlies. You see the orderlies working? These orderlies are doing nothing but work. That's what they have to do. Of course, over here in the infirmary, now I got 6 dead. Wow, I'm a pretty bad warden. We started when you guys come on, I had 4 dead. Now I got 6 dead. I'm not doing too good, guys. Anyway, I hope you got an idea of my prison. And just before I go, here's my yard. Obviously, I am a compassionate man, so I got weights and benches and punching bags and rings, stuff like that. That's just me because I am compassionate and I want people to have the most they can have. Anyway, check this prison out. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I even made it so, you can see where the warden's office is. That's me, that's the warden. And this is his accountant, all these places. This is just so cool, everybody, and I'm closing and opening doors. And as you go, you learn more and more, and you build on and build on. Just like me, I need more staff. So what do? I go here, I hit workmen, and I put a bunch of workers out here. Now look what I'm doing with all these workers. So now when I want something built, look at this, they're all going to work. Man, I hit this a little faster, watch them scurry. Is that pretty cool? All of those workers are here to help me. They're doing deliveries, as you can see right here. Now I'm paying them, but they're doing deliveries. Anyway, everybody, I hope you got a quick idea of what Prison Architect's about. I love the game. It brings back a lot of memories, I really do. I want you to check out a prison like I'm looking at and see how you can make a prison better, and maybe we can make you compassionate as well. I want to bring allies into my war against the prison system. I really do. So don't forget to check out Larry Lawton's Action Crew. Make sure you do that. Check out all other stuff on Patreon, YouTube. Check out the links below. Check out Prison Architect in the link below. Make sure you check that out. Listen, thanks for watching, everybody. I had a lot of fun doing this prison. And thanks again to Prison Architect, and that's Paradox. I really want to thank them for doing this. And this is pretty cool. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. Don't make the choices I made. Have a great day. Larry out.